Hello dear traders and welcome to InstaForex TV channel. You're watching a weekly link up with me, Anna Kasatkina. We'd like to discuss the ongoing situation on Forex with technical analyst Peter Yakimovic and forecast further moves of popular currency pairs. Pessimistic sentiment is setting the tone in financial markets due to the fast-spreading coronavirus around the world. This week, a large number of cases have been confirmed in Europe, the UK and the US. Major central banks are making joint efforts to prop up their economies. On Tuesday, the Federal Reserve delivered an emergency rate cut before the regular meeting in March. The official funds rate was slashed by 50 basis points. This move and a dramatic shift in expectations for further monetary easing pushed the US dollar down. The euro-dollar pair gained ground for a while. However, the ECB is on track to take its stimulus measures, which are going to weaken the single European currency. What are the prospects for the euro-dollar pair and other currency pairs? Let's find out from our technical expert Peter Yakimovic. Hi, Peter.
Hello there, traders. On the euro versus US dollar, basically what we got is that since our previous analysis, since my previous forecast last week, basically we got a third upward target reached around 1.170. So that was a very good call that we did in our previous forecast. Now it's a completely different story in terms of the euro dollar, since I don't expect the euro to continue furthermore to the upside, and I see basically there is a big risk for carrying any long positions, speaking of short mid-term perspective, to the long side on the euro dollar. Basically because I found that there is a massive buying climax in the futures market that happened like a few days ago, and that price can basically rotate to the downside and due to this massive buying climate, which is basically a big warning and big massive potential sell signal for the traders. So my prediction is that euro will rotate to the downside, and the selling opportunities are preferable. So I will watch for down targets at the price of 1.1097. Seems like a very good support, and basically that is the bottom of the current trading range. So my prediction is the price and the euro may rotate to that level around 1.1097. Again, the area around 210, 211 seems like a very important pivot line, and to even think about any long position, the short midterm perspective, I will really need to see the price to the euro to break that 1.1210 level, and then to have a successful test of that level from the other side. Since that is not the case right now, my odds, and I'll give much more odds, much bigger odds to the further downside rotation. So my prediction is the downside.
Could you please share your outlook for the pound-dollar pair?
On the British pound versus US dollar, basically the pound also hit our target from the previous forecast, because we predicted the rally, and that's exactly what happened. But anyway, according to the daily time frame on the British pound versus US dollar, I found basically that there is on the daily time frame there is a head and shoulders, let's say the rounding top potential activity on the daily time frame, and most recently I found the test of the daily exponential 20-day exponential moving average on the pound. So there is a potential for the reselling and potential for the downside towards the 1.2770 and 1.2580. So my prediction is to the downside, and I do expect the downside rotation. The 20 exponential moving average on the daily time frame seems like a very strong resistance for the pound, and basically, I expect the further downside towards the 1.2770.
Importantly, the dollar-yen pair plummeted to the lowest level since August 2019. Do you expect a correctional climb?
On the USD versus Japanese yen, basically we were right in our previous forecast, and the USD yen did continue basically to trade lower as we expected last week, but seems like based on the 4-hour time frame that there is a potential for the I saw that sellers are losing momentum, and there is three pushes down on our 310 oscillator on the 240-minute time frame, which basically represents a potential buying opportunity, especially near the 106.90, 106.50 level, because these levels are basically very important support levels based on the daily time frame. So I do expect upside rotation of the US Japanese yen eventually towards the 108.57, because basically that is the level where I saw the previous swing high based on the 240-minute time frame. So the bigger drop, the really bigger supply, if you see the really bigger supply and break out to the 106.50 to the downside, then eventually the USDN can even try into the 100.5 zone. But since that is not case right now, I will favor, and my prediction is the upside that upside rotation towards the 108.57.
Thank you, Peter, for your trading recommendations, and see you next week. You've watched the Linkup on InstaForex TV channel with me, Anna Kasatkina, and Peter Yakimovic, technical analyst of InstaForex office. We wish you always profitable trading and see you soon.